One of the first things I do with almost every designer who comes in is I look at their portfolio. I've got to review hundreds of portfolios in the recent months. And almost every time, the work seems solid, whereas the story is broken. And quite often, designers display this ability of treating their portfolios like scrapbook. They put everything that only makes sense to them. It should be the most important business case they will ever write. Every character, every pixel, it should be weighed for its necessity. I'm Murad, Head of Product and Design at Xperience Wave. At Xperience Wave, we work with UX designers to help them land senior and leadership roles. Stay till the end of this video to understand how your UX portfolio is losing you jobs and how exactly should you go about fixing it. Today, I'm going to break down the exact mistakes I see in UX portfolios every week, and also want to show you how to restructure yours so it actually lands you interviews. Let's get into it. Number 1, and this one physically hurts me. Password protecting your entire portfolio and showing recruiters nothing. Yes, NDAs are real, but being under NDA does not mean you show nothing. It means you get smarter about how you tell the story, sanitize your data, use percentage if needed, change the brand name, but show them how you thought, how you drove decisions, how you were able to create a strategy, build an impact, and just give them enough context to actually want to request your password. Number 2, beautiful screens, zero narrative. Your portfolio looks like a dribble page, pretty looking mockups, pixel perfect prototypes, all flowery endings for an otherwise turbulent project. But I have no idea why you made any of these decisions. Hiring managers at senior level are not evaluating your visual craft. They are evaluating how did you identify the problem? How did you drive strategic decisions? Did those trade-offs? Reasoned out? They are really interested in, here is how I think. Number 3, the I did everything syndrome. I drove the vision, I led the research, I built the design systems, I increased the revenue by 200%. Nobody really believes that. And on the flip side, we did this, we achieved that. Okay, but what did you do? The sweet spot is showing your specific role within a collaborative effort. And number 4, 10 case studies, all mediocre. Recruiters click on one, it's shallow. Click another, same thing. By the third click, they have closed the tab. 2 to 3 case studies, deep, intentional, that's it. If everything you have ever made is your best work, you lack the ability to prioritize. And that's a red flag for a senior role. Number 5, complaining disguised as context. And this comes out evident especially when you try to explain your case study to somebody. The culture was toxic, the PM did not understand user experience, we did not get budget. I get it, these are real problems. But your portfolio is a preview of how you will operate at your next company. And your next company probably has some of the same problems. Show how you navigated constraints, not how you suffered through them. So what does a portfolio that actually lands senior roles looks like? At Xperience Wave, we use a framework called CRISP when we are restructuring these portfolios. And it stands for context, research and insights, ideation and structure, moving on to how did you navigate through the stakeholders, and building a proof which says that, oh, I have been able to create that impact. Let me walk you through it. C is for context. Before you show a single screen, the recruiter needs to understand what was the business problem, what was the company trying to solve, and what was at stake. Was it about increasing revenue, increasing retention, increasing user trust, reducing drop-off rate, and who was involved throughout the process? Whom did you really work closely with? Product management, engineering, or leadership, as well as the constraints. Were the constraints about timeline, budget? Were there constraints from the tech debts? And most designers rush past this. But context is what makes every decision that follows make sense. R, research and insights. Not just we conducted 8 user interviews and we created an affinity map and we conducted competitive benchmarking by studying 5 competitors. What exactly did you discover? User interviews revealed 70% of the drop-offs happened because of this particular reason at this particular step. The insight that changed the direction of the project. show that your research actually drove decisions. I, ideation and structure. Your design thinking ability, the way how you built information architecture or any other data comprehension models, how you explored directions and why you committed to the one you chose. Keep it concise. Hiring managers don't need to see every wireframe iteration. They really need to see the logic behind it. And yes, stakeholder navigation. This is the one most portfolios completely miss. As a senior UX designer, you end up working with lots of stakeholders. You don't have to really talk about the entire debate that went on between you and stakeholders, but how did you handle pushback? How did you align cross-functional teams? Did you restructure your approach mid-project because the data told you something unexpected? And at the senior level, how you work matters as much as what you delivered. This is what gets you hired, not what your wireframes did. P, proof of impact. What changed because of your work? Hard metrics if you have them. Conversion rates, task completion time, revenue impact, support ticket reduction. Things like how you were able to reduce cart abandonment by 15%. And relative numbers if you are under NDA. Use percentages when you are under NDA instead of absolute values. Say increased retention by 10% year on year. And qualitative proof if you have neither. Data from user testing insights, beta feedback, usability improvements that says 30% faster task completion in testing. And if you have absolutely no data, explain what you would have measured. That still shows business thinking. I have seen this play out so many times. Hari, Kritika, Jonah all came to us with portfolios that looked beautiful and we're not getting any callbacks. Once we restructured their case studies around problem identification, strategic narrative, and clear impact, they didn't just get interviews, they built rapport faster. They negotiated better. When they joined their teams, the team already knew how they operated. Because the portfolio had already told that story. Always remember, a good portfolio does not just get your foot in the door. It sets the tone for your entire relationship with that company. So here is what I want you to do. Pick one project, your strongest one, rewrite the case study, lead with the problem, show your strategic thinking, end with the impact. Then get the feedback, not from the designers who will critique your UI, from someone who hires designers. And if this was useful, I have written a detailed blog that goes even deeper. Link is in the description. And if you want more honest conversations about design careers, subscribe. We don't do fluff here. I'm Murad, this is Xperience Wave. See you in the next one.